Oh, there you go. Hi, everyone. I'm Susie McCrae. Today is Let's Bless Our Loved Ones guest webinar, where you've been invited by someone who really cares about you, because you're going to hear about a business called OnPassive, and you're going to have a small window of opportunity to come on board and be a founder like the rest of us. What's going to happen today is you're going to hear a presentation by Mike Ellis. Then the people you see here, the panel on your screen, is going to have a few comments, and then we'll open up for our guests only a Q&A, and I'll be back for that. So it gives me great pleasure to introduce Mike Ellis. Mike Ellis has been involved in OnPassive for almost 3 years. He has a wealth of knowledge and a strong background in online marketing and all of that. He has a lot of wisdom, but what I really like about Mike is he explains things in simple, easy way to understand. He's a no nonsense type of guy, straight shooter, transparent as ever, and has a lot of integrity with this company. He's very well respected, and we love hearing his presentations. So Mike, without further ado, it's all yours.
Okay, Susie, thanks. Sorry I was late. I just had trouble getting in.
That's okay.
I'm not a tech guy, but OnPassive takes care of all of that, and I love it. Absolutely love it. We're here to talk about OnPassive, and the people that are here that are new, you're here to see if there's a way forward to build wealth. I mean, that's why we all initially come into OnPassive, and that's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. And as we look at OnPassive today is going into another season, okay? I've been on the journey with OnPassive for about 2.5 to 3 years, and it's been a really, really good journey, ups and downs along the way, but that journey is at a point now where the season is changing and we're beginning to go into the global launch of OnPassive. That is happening right now. It is happening today. It is happening as I speak with you. And the benefits to you is that as you come into OnPassive, you're not going to have to wait that time frame that I had to wait, and Charles had to wait, and some of the other people here had to wait, because it's a done deal, guys. OnPassive, it is ready to do the global launch to the world, and release their products to the worldwide audience. And it is massive. Our audience today, our market today is about 4.5 billion. And that's going to become very, very relevant here in just a little while. But as we think about OnPassive is a monster. It is a behemoth of a company, and it is an AI IT company, artificial intelligence, informational technology company. All the tools that Ash and his team, and Ash is the CEO of OnPassive, all of the tools that Ash and his team have developed in Hyderabad, they're all IT products. They're products that are in high demand throughout the world. People are using similar products right now, but the products of OnPassive, they're special, and there's a couple of reasons for that. What Ash and his team have done really is ingenious. They've taken products that are in high demand today, and I'm talking millions and billions of people having a need for these products, different niches, and they've built them from the ground up. It's brand new technology, cutting edge technology. They've made them superior to anything that's out there. Absolutely anything, anyone we go up against, our products are superior to theirs. And then they've done one other thing. And this is so remarkable that Ash has been able to do this. They've made the cost of those products less expensive. It's a lower price point. Now, when you can do that with products that are used out there in the ecosystem, very high in demand products, people will flock to your door. And it really is as simple as building a better mousetrap. And Ash has built about 50 other better mousetraps. And that number is growing weekly, monthly. And because of that, we've been able to come in, and those individuals that participate with OnPassive can participate with everything that OnPassive is doing, including the amount of wealth that is about to come into OnPassive's door. So this is a really, really unique, this is a really, really unique time for those individuals who are coming in and exploring OnPassive for the first time. Let's talk about the products of OnPassive just very, very quickly. And once I do that, then I'm going to get into what OnPassive can do for you, right? Because today, really, that's all that matters. What can OnPassive do for you, for your future, for your financial bottom line, okay? But let's talk about the products just real briefly. It's a wide range of products that are in OnPassive. Every niche that OnPassive has come into is a multi-billion-dollar niche. Tons and tons of money to be made in each one of those niches. And it ranges anywhere from an automated marketing platform that has all the tools that we use to market online to an HR platform that will help companies come in and manage their human resources department, to an educational platform so that teachers and educators can come on. And we've had a lot of that in the last year or so, actual teachers and professors teaching online. They can come on and use this platform. And again, all of these products are superior. When I say that, what does it mean? It makes their life easier. It makes their job easier. It makes their bottom line better. When you can do that for people in a wide range of digital products, will people come in and use them? The answer is absolutely they will. We're projecting that the first year in business, OnPassive will bring in over 100 million customers. Now, if you're participating with OnPassive, you're also participating with the wealth that they're generating. That's a really, really cool thing. I think that number is very, very conservative. I think it's bigger than that, but we'll stay at 100 billion. As we look at OnPassive and the journey that I've been on and where they are today, we know that when OnPassive launches to the world, they will launch as a unicorn company. And all that is a company, all that is a company that will launch as a billion-dollar company. Now, we know, based on what's happened in OnPassive, that day one, when OnPassive launches to the world, they will launch as a multi-billion-dollar company, multi-unicorn company. They'll have a value of around $3.5 to $4 billion day one. Why is that important? It shows you how revolutionary OnPassive is, and it's important to know who you're working with. This is extraordinary what Ash and his team have done. In the history of business, in the history of the world, no company has ever launched as a unicorn company. OnPassive will be the first, okay? And this is not the only place that OnPassive will be the first company in the history of business to do what they're doing. And as those individuals coming in and participating with OnPassive, we get to participate with all that value that OnPassive is bringing to the world. And again, the wealth that's coming into the volume of OnPassive, just exactly how much volume all here. I've got to find them.
There's a problem. There's a problem with your audio, Mike.
Hopefully you guys can hear me. I've been talking in the dark.
No, we can hear you now, but it just
for about 30 seconds, maybe.
Okay. Yeah, and that could be my internet connection, guys. If it gets really, really bad, let me know.
Yeah, you're freezing up a little. Maybe you turn off your video might help, Mike.
Quiet. How's that, Susie?
That's good.
Okay, nobody wants to look at me. They just want to hear about OnPassive.
You got it.
Okay, well, I'll continue with my video.
Well, it's coming in and out a little bit, Mike.
That's not gonna work.
Yeah.
Continue with my video off.
You're going in and out, Mike, still.
Charles, tell them how OnPassive is going to work for them. And then you can add some of your stuff too.
Okay.
Okay. All right, guys. Sorry about that. I was getting up to listen to Mike because he does such a wonderful job presenting this opportunity. But with internet technology, sometimes things happen. And so basically, what is OnPassive? Okay. I usually tell my story about OnPassive, but I'm not going to do that today. I'm just going to tell you what OnPassive is and how it works and what kind of value you should expect from it. I'll give you the products so that you can get a feel for it. Okay. So OnPassive, we are an AI IT company. And that just means that technology company driven by artificial intelligence. Now, if you don't know, AI is a disruptive technology. What does that mean? Just means a technology that comes up every once in a while and will disrupt our lives, right? And AI is yet the most disruptive technology mankind has ever known. So what they are doing, what OnPassive is doing, they are using AI in every step of the development process, and they are developing these products. And by the way, I want to say this. Why is OnPassive unique? 3 main reasons. Number one, you don't have to recruit to make money. You don't have to sell to even one person to make money. That's number one. And when I say money, I mean a lot of money, real money, the money that can give you financial freedom. Number two, you don't have to pay a monthly bill. You don't have to come out of pocket month in, month out to pay some ownership. And number three, we have legitimate, viable products. You're going to be hard pressed to find a company that has all three of these things. When I say legitimate and viable, I mean this. It is legal, number one. Number two, it is necessary. Something that mankind, you and I, we need on a daily basis, okay? So when you go to these companies online, and I know a lot of us have done so many different businesses online, and one day you come to log in and that website no longer exists, you go back and you take a look. Simple, one reason, the products were not viable. So those three things are so important, and it's very hard to find one company with all three of these. They either have one, two, but not all three. OnPassive is the first company that I have seen that has all three of these things, and that's why we are excited. So I said it is AI driven. The products are digital, they are legitimate, viable, and digital. So what are these products? Did you say something, Mike?
Nope.
Okay. All right. So what are these products? Number one, my friends, the one product that differentiates OnPassive from any other company that you're going to find out there, we'll call it traffic. And what is traffic? Now, I'm not talking about cars and motorbikes and all of that. Traffic is the most important element in any business. It doesn't matter whether this business is online or offline, okay? I do know that most of us are familiar with offline businesses. So let's start from there. What is traffic offline? Let's say you have a business offline. And it doesn't matter what kind of business it is. It can be a car dealership, it can be a hair salon, doesn't matter. But let's say it is a restaurant, only because I love food and I know we all eat at some point in time. And that restaurant of yours is located in a busy area, in a shopping mall. Mine is located in a back alley. It is hidden. Well, guess what? Your restaurant is going to fare better than mine. And here's why. People are going to come to your restaurant minding their own business to do their hair, do their nails, buy some clothes, window shopping. Eventually, they'll get hungry. What happens when they get hungry? They'll look up, spot your restaurant, wander into your restaurant, and the end result of that is what? Sales. My restaurant, on the other hand, is going to suffer. It's going to suffer from what? From traffic. So what is traffic? People coming in and out, because people are going to have to know that it is there. They're going to have to leave their homes deliberately to go there. So it suffers. So what is traffic then? Those customers, the eyeballs on your business. Okay. Now, what about traffic online? But before I go there, I just want to say this. In this digital day and age, if you have a business offline, like the restaurant, and you don't want to get smoked by your competition, you better get yourself an online presence. Okay, very, very important. So what is traffic online? Clicks, that's all it is. You have a business online. The first thing that needs to happen for you to effect a sale, people need to click on it. No clicks, no sales. The more the clicks, the more the sales. So we have businesses online making a lot of money just by driving traffic, sending businesses, sending customers to all these billions of online businesses. An example, Google. That's how Google makes money, and making billions of it too. And then you have what we call targeted traffic. Even better. What is targeted traffic? Say you go online and you're looking for something, looking for a TV, for example, and somebody walks behind you and whispers to your ears, why don't you go to charlesosong.com? And the moment you get there, all you see are TVs, all kinds of TVs, all colors, all prices. Well, your chances of buying very high. That store just got itself a targeted traffic, a customer shopping for what they offer. That, my friends, is huge. Our CEO and founder, Mr. Mofara, graduated with a master's in e-commerce, went back to Harvard to study online businesses. He is simply the best in the game of driving targeted traffic. And that is why I said it is the single differentiator between OnPassive and any other business. And that is why you and I can dream today. He proved himself. When he graduated, he joined a few businesses, got involved with them, sent traffic, customers. Yes, he made some millions doing that. But these companies also made a lot of money. However, a lot of them went out of business. Why? They did not have legitimate, viable product. A company doesn't have viable products, it is a time bomb. Okay? Now, over 3 years ago, Mr. Mofara, after that disappointment of these companies going out, leaving him and his people stranded, he's gonna sit with his friends and decide, you know what? We're gonna start our own business. We're gonna have founding members, you and I. We're gonna drive traffic to them, get legitimate, viable products, drive traffic to them. They're gonna make money. We are gonna make money, and everybody is what? Happy. And now this is important. I said over 3 years ago, because there was no pandemic, so it's very, very crucial. These guys were just visionaries. Okay? So they're gonna sit and say, you know what? We have close to 8 billion people on Earth. And at any point in time, 7 million out of that is online. What kind of services are they looking for? Now remember, over 3 years ago, 7 million every minute. Today, that number has escalated, you can imagine, with the pandemic. But 7 million is still a lot. What are they doing every minute online? What kind of services are they looking for? So we can provide them. Well, some of us online are doing online banking. I know that, I do that sometimes twice a day. And I know you guys do that too. And when we do these things, guess what? There are companies out there that are monetizing on our services. So these guys are gonna say, you know what? with artificial intelligence in every step of our development process, we can do that too, even better. Some of us online are on our favorite social media platform, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram. I love Facebook. But when we are on Facebook, what are we doing? We are sending texts, photos to classmates, colleagues, friends, family members. Guess what we're doing? It's called community. And these guys are going to say, you know what, with AI, we are going to have our own community. And as you come to join us, you will see that we are 1.1 million strong already and increasing by the minute. Some of us online, we're doing what? E-commerce, drop shipping, email marketing, bulk emailing. Did you know that there are people online doing email marketing and bringing home 6- and 7-figure income? I know that because I thought about it once upon a time. These guys at OnPassive, they're gonna say, you know what? With AI, we can have our own e-commerce platform. We can have our own email marketing, AI driven from start to finish, better than anything you've seen out there. Some of us online, we are doing video conferencing, just like you and I right now. So if you can see me or you can hear me, it means you went to Zoom, put in some ID, and there you are, you can see me. Well, guess what? The founders, owners of Zoom, Eric Wan and his folks, they are monetizing on our services right now as we speak. And Zoom is not the only one. We have a plethora of more than 25 of them. Skype, Google Hangouts, okay? Microsoft Teams, a bunch of them. And these guys are all making serious money, especially since the pandemic. But Zoom is the most popular. Why? Because it is the most user-friendly. But not for long, my friends. You wait until you see what we've got in our arsenal. You wait until you see our very own O Connect. It is 3D, much faster. The image is so much clearer, end-to-end encrypted, more secure, scalable, and above all, at the lower price point, like my friend Mike Ellis will say, cheaper, more affordable. But today is still Zoom's day because, you know, we haven't launched yet. So let's talk about Zoom for a moment. Prior to COVID-19, Zoom was averaging 10 million participants every day. April 20th, 2020, that number had skyrocketed to over 300 million participants per day. You can imagine what it is today. November 30th, 2020, Forbes magazine came up with a report. Zoom had made more profits than ExxonMobil, the decades-old American oil company. So you guys can see where the trend is going. Virtualization. Every university, high school, middle school, elementary school, asking students to take classes virtually. Pastors, men of God, women of God, having virtual prayer services, virtual weddings, all kinds of stuff, graduations, virtual. The world is going virtual, and OnPassive is simply going to help us monetize. Let's talk about another virtual service. Virtual Private Network, VPN for short. What is that? It's a fancy name, my friends. Fancy name for a tunnel. A tunnel that cuts across a major network, such as the internet. It provides for privacy. Employers use it so that their employees can have access to corporate data without fear of hackers, without fear of bad guys. Ever since the pandemic, more and more companies asking employees to work from home. Microsoft, Facebook, Google, even the federal government asking employees to work from home. So what does that mean? That means some company is monetizing on their services. Well, these guys at OnPassive, they're gonna say, you know what? With AI, well, we can have our own VPN. Super smart, clearer, high definition, more secure, more scalable, and above all, guess what? More affordable. I can assure you, when OnPassive launches our own virtual, the big players in this VPN space, like Cisco Networks, they will know there is a new sheriff in town. Let's talk about another service, search engine optimization, SEO. Sounds like a mouthful. What is that? We know of search engines. We know of Yahoo. We know of Bing. And for those of us Apple enthusiasts, we know of Safari. And everybody should know of Google. It's so popular that it's become a household name. Google it. Right? And some people even use Google. They think it's a research engine. It is a search engine, not a research engine. People use it. It's become so popular. But you can go to Google 10 times a day, 100 times a day, free of charge. Okay, you go to Facebook all the time, free of charge. All these different IT companies, free of charge. Okay, it's like they don't charge you a penny, yet they're multi-billion-dollar companies. Well, here's a multi-billion-dollar question I've got for you. How do they make money? Most of us don't know, and frankly, most of us don't even care. But let me tell you how Google makes money. The main way they make money. Why? Because OnPassive is going to use that same way and make money for you and I. If you go to Google today to search for something, and it can be anything, it can be a phone, a watch, it doesn't matter. But let's say it is a camera, only because I do market my camera through Google. And you search for cameras, a bunch of them will pop up. One of them from my store. Well, if you click on that camera from my store, you just costed me money. Why? Because Google is going to charge me at the end of the month, whether you buy it or not. It doesn't matter. They call it pay-per-click. So what does Google say? You advertise something through us, and the customer comes looking for that item. We're going to optimize our search, hence search engine optimization. We'll bring it to the top so they can see it, eyeballs, and our job is done. I'm a small business guy online, very, very small, almost insignificant. Yet, I'm paying averagely $400 every month to Google. Now, you can imagine what the big players are paying. The Walmarts, United Airlines, okay, all the big players. That's how come Google is a multi-billion-dollar company, my friend. OnPassive is going to use search engine optimization, super smart, send targeted traffic to our websites. Okay, these people come in, they subscribe to your website, you are in money. Let's talk about another online service, DNS, domain name service. Every business online has to have a domain name. So when you hear xxx.com, xxx.info.net, those are called domain names. And there are companies online that host them, like GoDaddy. I pay GoDaddy for a bunch of domain names. And these guys at OnPassive, they're going to say, you know what? With AI, we're going to have our own domain name service. Super smart. Now, let me tell you guys something. When we launch, all these guys, DNS, search engine optimizers, they are going to know there is a new kid on the block. You better believe that. So what am I doing, my friends? I am giving you some services, products that OnPassive is putting together. The ones that you and I are familiar with, the ones that you and I use on a daily basis. And there's a lot more. Virtual education, IP tracker, human resources, all kinds of stuff. So what OnPassive is doing is this. You are a business person, you are an individual online, you need something, we have got it for you under one umbrella. In IT, we'll call it single sign-on. And here's a big word for you. These are integrated. No company on earth has ever succeeded in integrating these services. At OnPassive, we are 99% there. So my friends, I told you earlier, with OnPassive, you do not need to recruit, you do not need to sell to even one person to make money. With OnPassive, you don't have to come out of pocket every month to pay some bill. And with OnPassive, we have the most legitimate, viable digital services the world has ever known. So this is value. Like I said, you're going to be hard pressed to find a company with all three of these things. So with this value, how much is it going to cost you to become a founder today? And very, very soon, like Susie and Mike said earlier, the doors will be shut. This might as well be the last guest webinar for founders, or maybe next week. But the doors are shutting very, very soon. How much is it going to cost you to become a founder? $97. Okay, and there is a $5 or so charge, $7 charge when you use credit and or debit card. Now, you pay your $97, what do you do next? Financially, nothing. You wait until we launch to the public. And we are soon going into that launch. We are currently in a mega product launch, launching the products, beta testing the products, and as soon as they're good, we are going into our main launch to the public. That shouldn't, it's a matter of weeks away, okay? Now, what are you gonna do after your $97? Financially, nothing. You wait until we launch to the public. And then you're gonna have to come out of pocket again one last time. How much? Don't have a fixed amount, but between $200 to $300. So if I'm you, I'm thinking $300. So if it happens to be less, extra money for you to get dinner, okay? And what does that money do? It activates your package. The company uses that money to build your website, place those products on your website, bring in traffic, customers to that website. Once these customers subscribe, customer support kicks in on your behalf, and you can be somewhere in the beach, wherever you feel like being, and the company is working for you. That's why we have the name OnPassive. It is a passive opportunity, my friends. Okay, now with OnPassive, you can decide to be 100% passive, and you will be financially comfortable, financially independent. With OnPassive, you can decide to be active. It's okay, right? Zig Ziglar, he said, you help enough people get what they want, you eventually get what you want. If you decide to become active, it just gets you to that point of success much sooner. That's all. But everybody, as long as you're in it, you are going to win it. Now, let me say one more thing before we go to Q&A, before I go give it back to Susie. In every business venture, there is some risk involved, and OnPassive is no different. What is our risk? $97. And the CEO has made it less of a risk because he says, if you come in and you pay $97, 30 days later, you don't like what you see, you don't like what you hear, we'll give your money back with a kiss, okay? So that is no longer a risk. However, if you have a problem coming out with $97, guess what? Nothing ventured, nothing gained, okay? All these big companies that you see out there, Google, Facebook, all of them, the people making money today are those that came in. They took the risk to come in the beginning, in the onset, from the very get-go. You wait until everybody knows about it. You wait until OnPassive launches. Guess what? Too little, too late. So I believe I've given you enough information to make an informed decision, okay? But if you have any doubts, If you need any clarification and you are a guest, okay, feel free, come up here. We have in the panel very experienced panelists, okay, that are going to ensure that you go back home satisfied. Over to you, Susie.
Thank you so much, Charles, for pinch hitting. We did have a little audio problem with Mike Ellis. So thanks for being flexible, everyone. We go with the flow. So excellent presentation, Charles. I put in the chat, and I'm going to disable it, enable it now, that if you want a copy of today's webinar, you can send an email to onpassivenation@gmail.com. We need to be off of this Zoom a little bit before 3 p.m. because it needs to be taken by someone else. So not that we want to rush anyone, but we're going to strictly stick with a few panelists saying things and doing Q&A for our guests only. So if you're a guest here today and you have a question, you can raise your hand and then I will bring you onto the panel. Your screen will change and you have to accept coming onto the panel. You'll be right here live with us to be able to ask a question. If you're shy and you don't want to come on, we understand, or if you're in a position where you can't, please go down into the chat. And between all of us here, we will be looking to see if we can answer your questions. So if you are a founder and you're here today, please do not raise your hand and please do not ask your questions in the chat. We have limited time today, so this is a guest webinar. We're focusing on our guests. So in the meantime, I'd like to introduce some of the panelists. Marina's here. Marina's in South Africa. She's been with OnPassive for over 2 years. She does a lot of support for all of the founders around the globe. She knows the business inside and out. I don't think you can stump her on any questions. So Marina, if you want to say a few words, that would be great.
Thank you, Susie. Great job, Charles. This is all about teamwork makes the dream work. Hello, Africa. Hello, world. It's really, really exciting times. And if you're wondering what to get your relatives for a Christmas present, I should say, a founding member position is the way I would go. You cannot get a better gift than that. This is truly going to be life-changing. And, you know, when we say life-changing, we're not talking a few $100 here or there. This is something that is going to change your life, and you'll be able to pass it on from generation to generation and finally be in a position where you can leave a legacy that you can be proud of. One of the reasons that I'm so passionate about OnPassive is our CEO has really got a heart of gold, and he wants to create like 1 million Mother Teresa's. He said that he cannot go to sleep at night with a good heart, knowing that there's children running around without shoes and with, you know, no shelter and all the rest of it that goes with that. And he's bringing us founders together. When we all joined initially, we joined for the All Done For You and the potential income that you can earn from it. But now our whole thought pattern has changed, and we are now discussing what are we going to do to help our community, to help our country, to help our neighbors, to help those in need. And if you have that heart where you're wanting to help improve, make this world a better place, you need to get into OnPassive, because you're going to be in a position where you can do just that. There's just so much to say, but we are running out of time. So thank you very much, Susie.
Okay, thank you, Marina. Yes, what an excellent holiday present this would make. Okay, if you're our founder, please do not raise your hand or type questions in the chat. We're under time restraints today, so please put your questions in the chat if you're a guest, or raise your hand. Calvin, if you would unmute yourself. Calvin, you're on the panel. Hi, Calvin. Are you a guest today?
Yes, I'm a guest today. Yes.
Oh, well, welcome. Do you have a question?
Yeah, I came on kind of late a little bit, but I realize in every business or any opportunity, you know, it's always cost to it upfront. But so for $97, you get into business, and then after that, there's a cost of like $297. But what are we, like, how are we making money? Like where are we? You said they're buying products. I came on kind of late. Are we selling products to people, or like how are we going to generate money? That's the
all
part
right.
I didn't
Got what
hear.
you're going, Kelvin. Well, under some time constraints, but I think the best thing to do, send an email to onpassivenation@gmail.com, and we're gonna send you a copy of this presentation, right? And it'll answer
Yeah,
all your
but
questions.
I know, but you didn't say how, like 297, but you didn't say how we gonna make money with the
I said
297.
between $200 to $300, and OnPassive
Right.
is gonna. I'm continuing, okay? And OnPassive is gonna put this product on your website. They'll build a website for each and every one of us, place all these products on the website, advertise, bring customers using AI to the website. Then when these people subscribe, that means they're paying monthly, right? And as they pay monthly, we get commission. That's how we make money. It's hands-free, very, very passive opportunity. But I believe if you
but we're not selling product. Is this product that somebody else is selling?
No. OnPassive is selling on our behalf. So we sell products just like Zoom. I pay Zoom every month. I pay Google every month. So Zoom is selling a product to me, right?
Right.
Google is selling a product to me. So we have all those digital products that OnPassive is putting in its arsenal, and then they're gonna sell it on our behalf. That's why I'm saying get a copy of the presentation. Cool. Yeah, and you get it. You get it. Yeah.
All right, send me a copy, but that sounds probably okay. Okay, cool. All right.
Thank you, Calvin. I put in the chat, you can send an email to onpassivenation@gmail.com. Thank you so much, Calvin, and get back to the person who invited you if you have other questions as well. We're going to continue with questions, and I'll not have the panel speak right now just to answer the questions, just in the essence of time. We have Kwabena Ampanash, if you could unmute yourself. Kwabena? Hi, can you unmute yourself? Kwabena, Kwabena? Hi there.
Hello.
Hi, we're having a hard time hearing you. Were you invited as a guest today?
I'm a founder.
You're a founder?
Okay, we'll see you on Monday, my friend.
Yep.
So founder,
Actually, Thursday we should have one for founders at 8 p.m. Eastern. So we'll see you there, my friend. Okay.
Okay. Just a reminder.
For guests.
Just a reminder, everyone, today is for guests only. So we have next Agbo Daniel, if you could unmute yourself. Agbo Daniel, AGBO. I'm bringing on a few more. I don't know if anyone can take a look in the chat and see if there's any questions.
Hello?
Hi, Agbo, were you invited as a guest today?
No, I'm an old founder.
Okay, today is for our guests. Okay, thank you. Okay. Okay, he's back there. Okay, people are declining.
Okay.
I'm going to bring on a few more. We have Galaxy.
They might be declining because they are founders, but let's see what Galaxy Note 9 says.
Okay, so you don't have a name attached to your account, but we have Galaxy Note 9. If you could unmute yourself, you're on the panel.
Yes, hi. My name is Edith, actually. How are you?
Hi, Edith. Welcome.
Yep. So I wanted to know, I mean, I'm still following up. I just joined like 2 days ago, but I wanted to know if this recording here, do you have something that I can use without me going and trying to explain like Charles explained?
Yes.
Style? Do you have something that I can use as a tool to quickly bring people on since we don't know when this is going to close?
The recording, right?
Yeah.
So send an email to onpassivenation@gmail.com, and we will send this recording to you, and you can just send it to anybody you want.
Okay, OnPassive Mission.
OnPassiveNation@gmail.com. Somebody on the panel, if you could type it again in the chat, that would be great. And Edith, we have these on Tuesdays, and we also have a guest webinar Saturday at 11 a.m. However, the window of opportunity to become a founder may be over very soon, but you will be able to, anyone watching this as a guest today, if you say, geez, I want to be a founder and I want to bring other people in, how do I explain it? You either get a copy of the presentation or invite them this Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern. Okay, Edith?
Sorry, a call came in just when you're about to tell me the time. Please, can you repeat the time?
11 a.m. Eastern time on Saturday, okay? Okay, gonna put her back. Okay, we have Gitau, G-I-T-A-U. If you could unmute yourself. G-I-T. Hi there. Are you a
Hi.
guest? Are you a guest today?
Yes, I'm a guest. I just joined today.
Welcome.
I'm from Dubai, so I was going to ask a question. How do I start becoming a member? Is there any requirement that one's supposed to produce? And how do I go about it?
Okay, who invited?
Just send your email, send a call or email the person that invited you. They'll send you a link, okay? And that link, you just fill a few pieces of information. Should take you about 2 minutes. And then after that, you see the payment page, okay? And that's it. You pay, you make the payment, you sign your NDA, and you're good to go.
So, okay, and for the payment, do I pay with the
you can pay using
Visa
credit,
card
debit
or
card.
what about
Visa
BTC?
card, debit card, any Visa, MasterCard you can use with the global logo on it. And you can pay with cryptocurrencies as well. Okay.
Okay then.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. One of the best decisions you're going to do is become a founder today. So get back to that person. They will help.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you for joining us today.
Okay.
Let's see. The other people I've brought on have said no. So I think
We're done. Okay.
we're done and we can wrap it up. And we apologize that it was a little disjointed in the start, and then Charles went through strong with a great presentation. We do need to cut this webinar within the next few minutes. So thank you everyone for attending. If you want a copy of today's presentation, send an email to onpassivenation@gmail.com. Do not put your email in the chat. onpassivenation@gmail.com. Keep in mind that the opportunity to become a founder, the window of opportunity is closing very quickly. We're not saying that to pressure you. We're being transparent and honest with you. We will also have a guest webinar if the founder position is still open. We will be having one at Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern time. Get back to the person who invited you, hop on board, get into our back office, start looking at more of the videos. You're going to be glad that you did. So Charles, if you just want to wrap it up, and sorry we couldn't say hi to everyone on the panel. We appreciate you being here, but we need to leave.
Yeah, so by the way, we're rushing you guys. We apologize, and it's for those of you who are founders, it's a good thing because we need the Zoom. The CEO needs it for something that's going to benefit all of us, right? So we're going to see you again on Saturday if you have guests to bring, okay? Otherwise, if you're a founder, Robin always has his webinar on Thursday at 8 p.m. We're going to be there again, all right? And let's just keep our ears open for word from the CEO because things are happening in a hurry. And at this stage in our business, you snooze, you lose. So stay glued to your back office, okay? Have a great day. See you guys later.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
everyone.
Okay.